What's up guys, it's Jdog back here again and we're back with another video. And today we're going to be going through the best gun mods for your Minecraft server. This is going to include the type of guns that they have, the ammunition, the ways that you can create the guns, and of course what versions the gun mods are going to be for, so you can upload them to your own server. With this many mods I'll try to keep it short, sweet and to the point, but if you do get bored make sure to use the timeline below, flick through the chapters and find the gun mod that you want to use. And of course make sure to stick around right until the end. I'm going to have my top 3 gun mods right at the end, so either stick around or just skip right till the end if you haven't got time to watch the whole video. So with that, let's get into it. So let's get started first with Modular Warfare, which is going to be an awesome mod that gives you a lot of very realistic guns and the ammo to go with it. Not only that, it also comes with attachments such as sights, flashlights, a few things that you can actually use in terms of camouflage or body armor, tactical vests, and some of the best grenades that I've ever seen. Let's get started first with a pistol, and it's pretty easy to actually use the commands. You can aim and you can shoot using the left button. Reloading is pretty easy, you press R and it's going to reload the gun, again with very realistic animations, dropping the bullets, and of course some kickback from what you shoot. Along with that comes some very easy modding of the gun. Press M and you can change the sight or the barrel, attach any attachments to it, or unattach if you want to as well. Come out of that mode and then you've got yourself a really awesome attachment to use with your gun. So now let's check out some of them grenades. Along with normal grenades you're also going to get yourself some stun grenades which work really well, as you can see right there. Or some really awesome smoke grenades, which I haven't actually seen yet with the gun mod that work this well. Check that out, they're not going to see anything. All in all, with the animations, the ability to shoot, add attachments and the other stuff that you get with it, a very good mod. And of course if you don't have yourself a Minecraft server yet, head on over to seekhost.co and you're going to be able to grab yourself a server, switch over to Forge and of course upload the mods within minutes. So now let's take a little look at the ancient gun mods. This is going to be very different to other gun mods because this has got none of the newer guns. They're all pretty old. We've got lots of rifles, flintlock pepper boxes, matchlock locks. I'm not even sure if these are real names. However, they're very old type muskets or musket pistols. Along with that, you get everything that is needed to actually craft these, so I would suggest using JEI just to actually give you the recipes on the right hand side. Once crafted, you're going to end up with some pistols and rifles that look a little bit like this. I can't say that I absolutely love the outside design of them, but they do work as guns. These do take a while to load, and as you can see, you either get them empty or loaded once you do fire, and you do usually get one shot. Left click will simply hit the gun, with a right click you'll get the shot. Awesome. Now as you can see, our blunderbuss is now empty. We can no longer shoot until we actually load up another one. So let's just try one of these little pistols. So as you can see, certainly a usable one, especially if you're running an older type server where you don't want machine guns, rocket launchers and grenades, and instead want to go for an older type pistol. And now it's time we move forward a little bit further to the cowboy times, and we're going to be looking at the Wild West mod, and all the rifles and pistols that it does hold. As you can see here, we have everything from repeaters, Springfields, cattleman pistols, and of course the ammo to go with it too. You also get a little knife to help you along with your adventures. The graphics do look a little bit better than the last one, but aiming is still a little bit primitive with having to hold the right hand button as if you're loading a bow and then letting go to shoot. However, the shooting distances and the rifles do work quite well, as you can see there with the actual shotgun. You can see the bullet spread, and with the cattleman revolver you don't get the same thing. You also get a cool little animation when you do use the knife, and it's certainly a good all-around plug-in if you are looking for a gun for your server, which isn't too new or too old. And it certainly can be fun for a bit of shooting practice. And one of the cool things about this is that there is actually some bullet drop as well. If I show you with a shotgun over here, I aim a little bit above the chicken, I shoot, it should then go down and actually get the chicken like that. Next up we're going to be taking a look at TNT's guns. Now this is quite a simple gun plugin if you're literally looking for a few guns to add to your server that isn't going to be too taxing, doesn't take too much space or doesn't make too much lag. Here we have the rifle, we have the AK and we have the bazooka. They appear in your weapons section down here, and as far as I can see, don't even need any ammo. Now again, quite simple with the last mods, it's simply going to be a case of right clicking to hold for this one, for the rifle. As we shoot, it's going to shoot any of the entities in front of it. With the AK, it's going to shoot in a slightly different formation, so it's going to keep shooting like a repetitive automatic. As mentioned before, it's quite simple, so there is no reloading process, and the bazooka is another one which you right hand click, hold, let go of, and it will set anything on fire that it does hit, and it doesn't actually explode any of the ground. Don't worry guys, they get much better than this soon. However, if you're looking for a simple small gun mod, this is going to be the one to come for, especially one that doesn't cause any actual damage to your world or to the blocks within it with explosions. This being another older style gun mod, you're going to find that you have all the old school guns here, which they would often use in duels. Now this one isn't quite as simple as getting your gun and starting shooting it with your ammo, and it's got a very similar way of having to hold back like a bow before you then shoot. For example, you can use your crafting table, your gunsmithing table to actually create your gun. Oh, there is cannons by the way, but you can also find out how to reload it by pressing R when it's in the chest, and then coming over and adding some ammo by means of adding gunpowder and of course a small stone musket ball, which you can then get yourself a loaded musket. And that did take quite a lot of researching to find that out. However, once you're up and ready and you're ready to duel, then it will all be worth it. I suppose that's one way of getting the meat for your Minecraft game. Everything comes in parts here, so you are able to assemble and actually spend some time assembling or repairing your kits. Now I never did work out the cannon, but it's a very cool feature and it does look like it's usable from the actual mod pack page. And now we're going to be moving on to guns without roses. It does not give you a huge list of guns here, but it does give you some good ones. And I do like the way that this works with the fact that you get the iron gun, the gold gun, the diamond gun, and it basically works your way up as if you normally do in Minecraft. As you sort of go up the ores, you can then build better guns. That's then followed by the flint bullet, the iron bullet, of course if you do get more iron, which is then followed by the blaze bullet, which causes fire, and the Mows of Gluttony, which is going to use hunger as your ammo. I mean, that could work, right? It's almost like giving your gun ammunition by feeding yourself apples. Anyway, let's get down to the shooting, and you get the flint bullet as previously mentioned, the iron bullet, and of course the blaze bullet. If you shoot with the lower bullets, it will shoot that first. And to shoot this time, you actually click rather than holding down. One of the things I did notice about this, that it doesn't have any bullet drop. They simply just do keep going on forever, whether you're using the shotgun, which fires multiple shots, or the diamond sniper. And of course, you can't forget the Gatling gun. As previously mentioned, you do also get blaze bullets, which you can use, which will actually shoot fire instead. And it's a brilliant way of cooking your pork quickly and easily. Now let's move on to A.V.A, the Alliance of Valiant Arms Guns. Not sure why that last bit's there, but it certainly helps you find it. As you can see, we certainly go to the next class of guns here. Look at that detail. Before we get into some of the shooting, let's just go over some of the guns that you get here, and you really do get quite a huge range, and they all look really good as well. Let's just check this one out. This one looks nice. We've got nice reloading animations, and we got a scope and everything like that to go with it also. Nice aim, and it comes with a nice little animation when you do shoot something, along with a little thing on the top right telling you what you've shot, which is actually really cool. You get a very awesome selection of quite realistic guns, along with ammo, modifying, colouring tables, which is really cool, meaning that you can really customise your guns, binoculars, different trousers, and even a variety of blocks that actually look really cool, such as wall lights, pillars, coloured pillars, and it looks like pretty much every block, but in a pillar formation, including stripped jungle wood plank floor. Along with that, you also get other necessities. This mod isn't too large and it really does give you the great gun feel for a nice modern server. And I really love the little animation that you get when you get to kill somebody or get a hit as well. Definite thumbs up from me. Now time to take a look at Mr. Pineapple's toy guns. This is in fact an add-on for Mr. Crayfish's guns, which we're going to go through at the end with my top 3 gun mods. As you can see, this is very cool and it imitates a very well-known brand quite well. However, what you're going to find here is that you're going to have different style of guns, so a revolver, a gun, you get a tri-shot, a one-shot, firestorm, and that's going to be about it. You also get such thing as in-game attachments, which I've got to be honest, I've not quite found yet. Potentially it's another add-on. Ah, there it is. So you can actually add a scope, a barrel, a stock, and of course an underbarrel, which you can find from Mr. Crayfish's gun mod. However, back to the mod in hand, and this is a very cool non-lethal way of being able to play on server with your friends. As you can see here, I'm going to shoot the sheep. I'm not actually going to kill the sheep. You can, however, see that the sheep has been hurt, so you can tell if someone's been hit, and you can also press V to unjam your gun. It's a very fun way of playing a game without actually having any PvP or deaths in it. These drop very realistic style pellets, which you can then pick up again and then use again for your next battle. I can imagine this being a very fun game on a multiplayer server. And for anybody that's ever played with these guns before, it's very realistic to life. And jams all the time. A very well built and extremely enjoyable gun mod. So now guys, let's take a look at guns, rockets and atomic explosives. So there is certainly good and bad with this mod here. First of all, it's really Lagsville. I'm talking Lagsville, USA here. I've had to turn my view distance down to 8 chunks just for it to be tolerable. The guns don't quite have an aim and the right click does shoot just like so. It'd help if I reloaded. And the gun suits or shoots like so. You do have a number of very cool looking guns. I do wish with the animation that they maybe made it a little bit cooler. Actually, that's quite cool. That's definitely enjoyable. And you do get a very cool selection of guns. Let's just head over and you can see we have a nice selection of guns. We also have some explosive rockets, rocket launchers, and some C4 as well. Along with that, some snipers to go with it, and of course all the ammo that you're going to need, all very nicely detailed. However, what this mod does lack in ability with aiming, sights and stuff like that, it makes up for with its nuclear explosive power. Now, I'm really hoping this is actually going to come out on record, so let's shoot one of these guys over here. Starts off nicely, and then you think, what on earth's going on? Yeah, I mean, seriously, yeah, that's like enough to take out an entire spawn, maybe a whole city. But it does come with some very cool animations, which again, will lag your game, but it's pretty fun. I mean, look at that. We've got an atomic explosion and a mushroom cloud. That's awesome. Next up, we find ourselves at the Guns Galore plugin. Here you're going to find, as the title does suggest, lots and lots of guns, including some other really fun things, including grenades, ammo and weapon crates, turrets, which we'll get to in a second, and also auto-building stairs, walls, and platforms. Very cool indeed. So let's get started with the guns first. Let's get started with the sniper. Unfortunately, you can't actually aim the scope. A right click does shoot. Not quite as smooth as the rest, but still nice. I've got to say the automatic machine guns, they're a little bit unfireable, but still pretty good for in-game fun. Let's try out the pistol, and as you can see, it's got a fair aim. Damage is obviously adjusted compared to what weapon it is, and you got really cool stuff like bear traps as well. Oh, I didn't realise it done that too. Now with everything back to normal, as I mentioned earlier, we do have some frags, some smoke grenades, and also a Molotov cocktail, which work pretty well in game, apart from the smoke ones, which sort of do this. Yeah, I don't know. I get the idea. Two of my personal favourite things about this mod is the turrets. With a turret you can put a turret down, right click it by the feet, and it will then become activated and it will be available for you and it will protect you. To be taken, it will have to be right clicked by another player if they do manage to get to it. After that we have the automatic stairs, which as they mention are automatic stairs, but they work so well. And what's better than having an easy wall to go with it as well? Ah, a platform. That's exactly what would go with it. I don't know whether this is a better gun mod or a better building mod. Either way, use it as you please. And do beg my pardon, I was completely wrong. You do in fact have attachments such as sniper scopes, muzzles, and obviously the equipment that you need to actually build your gun. With guns and gear, you're going to find that you're going to get more than just a normal gun mod. So here, let's have a quick look through some of the guns, and although the gun design is quite nice, the animation still is a little bit old in terms of no reaction to a bullet fire, no bullet drop, and slightly more classic aiming and shooting styles, like a bow. And that's even with the snipers as well. So you might be thinking, well, this looks like quite a lot of the other ones on the list, why would it make it onto the list? That's because it does come with other things, such as tanks, cars, different sizes of bombs that you can activate with redstone, but you're also going to get a number of spawn eggs, such as a thug spawn egg, which carries a weapon and does not like the soldier spawn egg, another thug leader spawn egg, and of course the soldier spawn eggs. Now, I'm not quite sure what the deal is with this, but it's pretty fun to watch, and I'm pretty sure it'd be pretty cool on a server too. Now onto the Ork Gun Mod, and I can safely say that this is going to be quite a hard one to get your head around. Unless you're fluent in what I'm going to assume is probably Spanish, I think. Either way, it's in basically a Warcraft weapon pack where you get some of the cool weapons which they can shoot. You also get stuff like armour, and these cool little turrets that I seriously have not been able to figure out. And I'm going to assume that this is the parts that you build it with. I'm not going to lie, I don't know. However, what I do know is that you can use the guns on here, and it's pretty fun. First, let's get started with one of these guys. And it looks like we found ourselves a lonely pig, so let's just take a shot. Wow, loud. I'm going to assume they have the same shooting style. I don't play World of Warcraft. I'm going to assume if you did, this is probably fairly good. You have quite a nice little selection, and they all have a different shooting style. There's some very cool cannons or turrets here which you can jump onto. Unfortunately, as of yet, I've not figured out how to actually use them. Or you also get some automatic turrets that can pop up like this. Very cool, very nice automation as well. And other random things which again, I have no idea. However, a very fun gun plugin, especially if you're into your World of Warcraft type of games, and get it mixed up with a bit of Minecraft. So now it's time to get on to some of my favourite mods, or my favourite gun mods, and the reason these don't come last is because there are some add-ons, and that's going to be to this particular mod here, Mr. Crayfish's Gun Mod, and that's one of the reasons it makes it so good. When you first join on, you might think that it's just quite simple. You got your pistol, your shotgun, rifle, grenade launcher, bazooka, minigun, assault rifle, and of course the machine pistol. However, upon right-clicking, you see that it's got a very nice interactive and very nicely animated aiming option. Shooting's pretty good. And you've got all the main varieties of guns that you might need for a server. You also of course have the ammo that you can make for it, the missiles, and another great little thing. That's going to be your workbench. Your workbench you can combine with stuff like scopes, or even silencers to make your gun a really super cool gun. The workbench is very simple to use to make your actual weapons, and from previous knowledge I know that it works pretty damn well on servers as well, with multiple people shooting the guns. Bazookas and explosions are fun and fairly well balanced, and they've got a minigun, which of course is one of my favourites. And of course the stun grenade, let's just test it out, see how well it works compared to the others. Pretty well, I've got to say, that's really blinded me right there. So that's going to be a big thumbs up for Mr. Crayfish's Gun Mod. Next up, let's go to my two other favourite gun mods, and then after we'll finish off with a few add-ons that you can add to this particular mod. So now on to my second favourite mod on the list, and that's going to have to be Techguns. This amazing gun mod does not just give you guns, and it does give you some great guns at that, which we'll go through in just a second, but it also gives you a huge other variety of things which can also be powered with immersive engineering, such as turrets, metal presses, and things that you're going to need to actually create your guns, ammo, and other things. Along with that you get stuff like sandbags, a few different ores, really cool factory style blocks, camo and soldier style things including crates, medical crates, weapon crates, dynamite, mining charges, all the ammo that you're going to need, even extra gear such as jump pack, oxygen tanks, night vision, doors that actually work and they're automated. Pretty cool. A really nice set of stuff that you can actually wear on here. And of course now let's get down to the guns, and it really does have a huge selection, starting from just a simple hand cannon which will shoot a stone bullet, going up to the revolver, then you go to your shotguns, then you get stuff like bioguns, stuff that's powered with nuclear power. It's very sort of Fallouty. And of course miniguns, one of my favourite. Along with that you also get stuff like chainsaws, nuclear death rays, snipers, shields, and other stuff such as grenades. Aiming and shooting is very good and well thought of. You either aim and shoot with certain guns, and the nuclear powered guns are really cool. So that sort of ruined the next bit of the video. We're also going to show you the structures of which just come up throughout the world and generate all around you. Just by going around the world you're going to be able to find all these random structures which do include army bases, and these army guys do tend to not like you. Another thing I forgot to mention is that zombies can now carry different weapons, and that's guns as well. You can create them yourself by getting or using the zombie spawners, or monster holes as they're called. The guys that spawn in the sea do look really cool, but it's taken me so long to find them that I'm going to have to give up unfortunately, and show you in ways of their spawner. So if I pop a couple of spawners down, you're going to see that soon we are going to get some army guys popping out of there. And these guys are not only hostile, but you will find them randomly scattered around your world, making it much more lifelike even if you are playing just single player. And they're really not that easy to defeat. From the different lights to the different blocks, the weapons, the armour, and my particular favourite, the Grim Reaper. This has certainly got to take one of the top spots. And let's finish up my top 3 with Flans Mod. Flans Mod is a really awesome mod which I do like just in general because it gives you the ability to create AI. By AI I mean soldiers that you can use on either Axis or allies, give them certain weapons and actually get them to battle each other quite easily and, well, realistically, within seconds. All you gotta do is spawn them in and watch the battle commence. Very fun. However, let's get on to the actual weapons on this mod here, and they do give you a huge selection. Much like Techguns, you're going to get stuff like weapon crates, which do come in different themes, different scopes, centuries, different bullets that you can create of course, and a huge selection of very realistic guns. And the selection just keeps going. However, don't let the images here trick you, they actually do look really great when you do put them in your hand. As you can see, there has been some great detail put into all of these guns, including the aiming for it, the reloading and animation, and of course the way it shoots. All the guns come with great animation and great sounds to come with it. and even the scopes work supremely well. Not only that, Flans Mod does come with huge amount of additional mods such like mod vehicles, different mod parts, team stuff if you actually want to create teams, mechas which are extremely fun to create. I mean, look at that, and you can actually drive it. You can walk around and shoot. It's ridiculous. So Flans Mod, thoroughly recommended. And we're going to find ourselves back with another Crayfish add-on mod for Mr. Crayfish's guns. That's going to be the Archaic Guns, and of course it will need Mr. Crayfish's gun mod to actually work for this because it is an add-on and it will just add extra weapons. But I mean, they're pretty cool, aren't they? That you got a really nice selection of quite archaic guns, so of course you're not going to have the more modern ones, but you are going to have such things as a blunderbuss, which is quite fun to shoot, a repeater, and many other fun things. And they come highly decorated as well. Come with such thing as really effective yellow flares, maybe not that effective yellow flares, and the overall feel and animations, and even the design of the add-on is very nice. And it really gives you that sort of old school archaic vibe. And you can of course use the workbench and the ammo from Mr. Crayfish's gun mod to use along with these as well. With another awesome Mr. Crayfish add-on, we're now going to take a look at Apex guns. As like the last mod, you will require Mr. Crayfish's guns to use Apex guns, and it will give you 5 really great guns from, of course, the game Apex. And I've got to say, attention to detail has really been paid to these. Obviously, you don't get a huge pack of guns, but the ones that you do get look really great. They've got great animations and, of course, aiming. Shooting's really good, and they're all pretty fun to use. For those of you that do play Apex, you're going to find that it's going to be the Crabber, 3030 Repeater, R99 SMG, the R301 Carbine, and the M600 Spitfire. And these really are good. I mean, check out the animation with that, it all works, and either the sniper is really well made. Hard miss. All in all, a very nice addition to add to Mr. Crayfish's Guns mod, and a very efficient way of shooting mobs. Now let's take a little look into additional guns and another Mr. Crayfish's Gun Mod add-on. And boy does it add on some different guns. Not only that, they are all really well designed, and you can also add detachments to them too, which make them really cool. As you can see right here, the design of them is really well done, and the animation, the aiming is also really nice. All the sounds come out nicely, and there's a nice bit of recoil as well, as you would expect. Adding scopes and other little gadgets is made really quite easy, and it can really make your gun look much more unique than anybody else's. And of course give them cool features like extra zoom, which really comes in handy if you're trying to snipe your friend on a server. So let's get down to some shooting. Very nice. As you can see, we get the little hitbox there, we get a nice kickback, it shoots through leaves, and I've got to say, a very enjoyable gun. Especially if you're looking for something that's very true to life. I mean, obviously by the detail and the actual guns that you have on here, you're going to see that you're going to get a really nice selection, and all really well done as well. So that's going to be a big thumbs up for me. Now on to another one of Mr. Crayfish's add-on mods, and we're going to be looking at more guns. As before, you do need Mr. Crayfish's gun add-on to actually be able to use this, but it does give you a very nice selection of extra guns. A few little bits like trash cans and garbage, yeah, I'm not sure either. Of course, all the ammo for it, and all the guns are extremely well designed, animated, and they shoot and sound really good too. You also get some very interesting weapons such as the Big Iron, which you do get an achievement for. Of course, all the other weapons are as you would expect them for quite a good gun mod. And then you get some fun ones, such as the Glock. Yeah, nice. Apart from that, a very well made gun mod that you should probably add on your server if you are looking for a very realistic, or just more different guns for your Mr. Crayfish Gun Mod server. As you can see here, you do get a great selection of all the quite well known guns, including older ones like the 41, Thompsons, Scars, and other well known guns. So guys, it appears that we have reached the end. Seriously, well done if you made it this far. And as ever, if you could hit that like button and subscribe, it would mean a lot. My subscribe ratio to my watch time on videos is pretty bad. And of course, for any more Minecraft tutorials, videos, free Bedrock add-ons, or mod packs, check out jdogofficial.com, where you can find them all in one awesome place, including a free profile maker for you content makers that might want to get your social links and show them to everybody else with one easy place rather than having to list them all in your description. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.